Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, 4 young adults went out on a mission full of passion, wanting to change the world with a message of God's love through Jesus. Traveled to India for a teaching mission this past March. And while there, tragedy struck, claiming the life of 20-year-old Yabsira Solomon Bekele. In his short life, Yabsira accomplished a lot, impacted many people, including 2 close friends who were with him the day he died, Alyssa Redner and Nathan Middleton. Guys, thank you for being on the program today.
Oh, thank you.
Now, before we talk about Yabsira, you actually had planned to marry this young man.
Yes.
He came from Ethiopia to Edmonton at the age of 10.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you meet him?
Well, I met him at Victory Asia Bible College, and so we were both like really good friends, and he was really an impact in my life. And so actually in November, like this November, we decided to take that friendship a little further, and we were already really good friends. We knew so much about each other already, and we were very comfortable with each other, so that like 3 months into it, we're like, yeah, we should get married.
Okay. You knew this was the guy?
Yeah, I knew.
You fell in love?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of person was he? Because I know, you know, getting ready for this interview, he wasn't even supposed to live, have childbirth. He wasn't supposed to ever walk, talk, or learn, but he defied the odds.
Yeah. So he was a fighter for sure. And when he was born, he actually lost 95% of his blood because of a complication during the birthing process. And so the doctors said he wouldn't live, he wouldn't talk, he wouldn't walk, he wouldn't do anything, and yet he walked, he talked, and he was a hard worker, and he was a fighter the entire time. And so a lot of people don't know is that at the left side, his hand was actually, he couldn't feel in his hand.
So he overcame a lot.
He did.
Yeah. Nathan, he was one of your closest friends. You know, again, getting ready for the interview, I'm watching some of the videos and things like that. He was a dreamer. He was full of passion. Is that how you found him?
Yeah, for sure. And in Proverbs, I just found this recently that it talks about how there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And Yabsira was that man. Like, I met him 3 years ago, and from that point on, we just grew in relationship. And we spent every day with each other. And every photo that we have of us, it's always us together. And any photo that is just us alone, we've taken it of each other. And so it's just, we're always with each other, always talking with each other about vision, about dreams, about helping people and building relationships. And so he's just such a man of integrity. Yeah. And I'm so thankful for what he did for me.
I mean, he was 20 years old, and I'm looking here, and he traveled to the Philippines, Malaysia, Korea, Burma, Laos, Cambodia, his native country, Ethiopia. His passion was to share the word of God and bring encouragement. Again, we'll maybe talk about why these things happen and how you're trying to process this, but he was on a mission.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, he always talked about legacy. And that he wanted to make his mark on the world and be a history maker.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that he was really like focused and driven on, was creating a legacy, but not just, you know, but for one person. Yeah. You know, he would say, like, I could talk to 1 million people, but if I could impact one person, that's a success in my life out of those 1 million people.
Okay, let's go back to March 30th. You're in India. You're on the balcony of the place where you're teaching, that's the second floor. And I've been in Asia as well, and there's wires hanging everywhere. Nathan, tell me what you remember of that, because you went through a very traumatic experience.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember the event of actually being electrocuted, but I remember 10 minutes before, I was uploading photos for the ministry on their Facebook, and I had questions in my head for Yabsira and for Alyssa, who were upstairs taking photos. And so I knew that 10 minutes later that I would go and talk to them and ask them a few questions. And then that's when the event happened. I don't remember that, but I remember when I came back, my heart stopped for 30 minutes. Like, I was dead for 30 minutes straight. And they had nothing, they did nothing to resuscitate me at all. And just by the power of God, I came back. And as crazy as a miracle that is, what happened afterwards too was just so insane. Like, I found myself being able to stand up. I was shaking, but I could still stand up. I shouldn't have brain damage, but I could function. I knew who I was with.
So this happens, you're electrocuted, you're out, heart stops.
Yeah.
Alyssa, you're there, you're seeing this.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend,
Yeah.
he is a hero.
Yeah, he is.
saves this young man's
Yes.
life. Tell me what happened.
So we were up there just taking photos of like these earrings so that they could put on Facebook and so that they could sell them. And so somehow something happened. I don't know exactly, but Nathan got in contact and Yipsir went out and grabbed him, and I reached out my hand and to grab onto Nathan, and I got electrocuted myself, but only for a second.
So would you get sort of felt pushed back?
I just felt like
Okay,
it just
yeah.
all through me, and it was very harsh as well. And so they were being electrocuted. I had no idea what to do. I'm standing there watching this all occur, and one of the students there gets a chair, grabs a chair, and pulls them right off of the electrical wire.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they were taken to the hospital.
At that point, did you know that Yipsira had passed away?
I didn't. I had no idea what to do in that moment.
A lot of confusion.
Yeah, and the only thing that I did know what to do was to reach out and try to take them off, right?
Okay, we're going to take a break and we'll continue with more of this amazing, sad story, but also the miracle, the fact that Nathan is with us today,
Yeah.
and how you guys are processing this as young people. You know, serving God, and these things happen. We'll take a break and be back with these two wonderful people right after this.